And here we are again. This is, oh man, sound leaking through. Hold up already. First time hosting, and that's what happens. This is the Weekly Blizz, and I'm your host for the week, Sean Messenger, known to the E-World as Gwaz. And with me, as always, is the man with the plan, Stefan Von Dassel, known to play a DK IRL. He's changing notes on me. Protein!
Yeah, I kind of threw that in there.
Yeah, I know. Throwing me through a loop here.
Yeah,
All right.
it's like, is he gonna notice before we start recording? But I guess not.
Obviously not. All right. So this week we've got some stuff happening. We've got our first two teams to qualify for North America Regional at DreamHack Austin. We have new Heroes of the Dorm champions. We have balance updates, and a whole bunch more is happening in the world, as always. So let's get to it. Steph, how was your week in gaming?
Once again, it was a pretty slow week. I played a bit of Heroes. I played Stitches for the first time, which has been fun. And I've been working on my Murden play because I'm not sure for Chair League. I was, trying to refresh my hero pool a little bit and make sure I was ready for that. So, because, I didn't know if I was going to be playing Warrior like a Bruiser like I normally do. So, that was cool. That's pretty much the bulk of it. I've been like out and about so much. I was in Boston all last weekend watching the Bruins lose and stuff. So yeah, it's been a pretty slow week. Besides my guild finally killed Mythic Manaroff.
I know, Chelsea.
I'm very
Chelsea
happy
messaged
for him.
me about that.
Very happy. I watched the highlights on Civi's Twitch stream, so I was really pumped for them. That's awesome.
Yeah, Chelsea messaged me. We finally killed him, and I was so confused because it was like late. I was like, "What?" And then I realized what she was talking about.
Oh, that's a big kill. That was a really pain in the butt fight that we smashed our face into.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. But I'm really happy for him. That was really cool to see. And I watched the VOD, and it's like, they're already progressing on Archimon. I think they got him to like 40% or something on the first few attempts. So,
wow.
Yeah, they're in pretty good shape. Although the last phase is supposed to be obviously insane. But, they'll get it. They'll be fine.
For sure.
So, how about you, Sean? How was your week in gaming?
Well, I've been house sitting for my buddy while he's on his honeymoon, so his internet is terrible.
Even worse than yours. That's not saying.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't or that is definitely saying something.
Yeah, and I don't have a PC laptop, so I have my Mac over there because I didn't want to lug my desktop over there. But so I've been getting on WoW as much as I can in Hearthstone and everything. I want to start playing. Like, I have so many more games in my computer that I just don't have time to play, and it's sad. And I just want to play them all. I actually found this picture. I sent it to Justin because Justin really has no time ever to play anything. And it's this guy, and he has a new game, and he's running home. He's like, "Oh, I can't wait to play you one day." And he puts it on the shelf with all the other games that he doesn't have time to play.
That's awesome.
Because of real life sucking.
Yeah, real life is tough, dude.
I know, it sucks. But so yeah, so I've been getting on as much as I can, and then getting those reps in for Chair League. If we ever get a fifth member,
yeah, we're working on that still.
So we can play.
Had Miss Bro bail, but I can't blame him, dude. It's whatever. He didn't quite 100% set in when I asked him, a few weeks ago either. So he left it ambiguous, and then
I can blame him.
Okay, that's fine. But we got Becca. Becca's back. We got Becca's buddy.
Yep.
So
just need one more.
We just need one more. So we'll find somebody. We have to.
Yeah, we will. All
right. It'll be fun.
So yeah, let's get to the news. What's going on, Steph?
Oh, what's going on? New WoW build, as usual. Every couple weeks they're gonna put something out. So nothing significantly released. Just little, minor UI changes, things like that. Diablo season ended or is ending, and I think it ends like tomorrow or something. But yeah, that's all that's going on in the WoW and Diablo newsiverse, which is pretty lame this week. Kind of a bummer. Someday we'll have something big to talk about, but not quite yet.
Not quite.
So what's going on in Hearthstone, brah?
Wow. That's really short news.
Dude, if there's not, much news to talk about, I don't really.
Yeah.
I mean, they put out new mounts and things like.
Yeah, they're like
can't really show you the mount over.
Yeah, they're slowly releasing more artwork and everything. I've seen some of the artwork because like everything.
I always
they
like
put it
to
on Twitter or whatever.
Stuff.
Yeah.
because it's fresh, gives some new look to the game,
Yeah.
and it's aesthetically pleasing. They're getting a lot. They've always been getting better and better and better with the art design, I think, of most of the things. So it's it's nice.
Oh,
But
that was another thing I did this week. I resubbed because I've been out of WoW for a bit.
oh yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I haven't even logged in like 3 weeks. I need to. I should probably do that.
Yeah, I ran a LFR, but I was doing it on my Mac too, so it was like very but also like I was kind of like half paying attention because it's LFR.
So
So
far, you don't need to pay attention.
yeah, exactly. So and I'm a mage, so I'm just in there. I'm just like, all right, Arcane Blast,
Well, if you want
Barrage.
to gear up for Legion, if you want some help with that, I can run through
Yeah,
phase with you.
I'm probably gonna have to because when Legion comes out, I plan on getting back, seriously into it. So
Yeah, I
so
uh, I
hopefully
will
Legion
too.
will.
So, but I mean, my DK is like a 641.5 item level. He's like third on server or something. So I can definitely help you out, getting a raid and just smash it with you, so
Big
you can
shot.
get some gear, get ready to go.
Yeah,
But
thanks.
we'll have
Yeah,
to
so
find a
yeah,
time.
we'll do that.
Good.
So let's see. Hearthstone. The developers have been releasing lore of the cards videos the past couple weeks, and this week's was Yogg Sauron.
Oh, I love
Uh,
every bit of it. I
yep,
love the old gods.
yep.
Such a
So
cool
yeah, so
concept.
they're giving lore for all the old gods, the main cards of
Hmm.
the new expansion. So they've been giving lore about all of them. It's on their website. If you go to Hearthstone's website, you can find Yogg Sauron's, and then on there they also have everybody else's. And what are you drinking? Oh, the stars are right.
Dude, it's the Lovecraft series, which is what the what's it called? The old gods are based off of.
Oh, really?
The what's it called? Something Lovecraft. I don't know. It's I just remember hearing
HP
about it.
Lovecraft?
HK. That's it. That's the name. I was like slipping my tongue from Rhode Island or something. I don't know. So this is the
Jeez.
Narragansett sticker. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Know your stuff, bro.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So what they've also been doing though is that they've had pros. They've given the pro the artwork for the card, and people have been voting. And then whoever like has the most votes for that week has a stream where they reveal the new card and what they do, and then they talk about it, how it's going to fit in with the new meta and all that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's really cool because I watched this or Tease. I don't really know how to pronounce his name. He's a pro player from Europe, and
Uh,
I believe. And I watched his, and yeah, it's pretty cool how Blizzard is actually doing that, where they're letting their community actually reveal the cards instead of them doing it themselves.
yeah. Anytime they get the community involved in something, it brings me like my interest is so much more
Yeah,
invested in something because it's like it's not just like some big entity like putting something out. It's like, oh, cool guys.
yeah,
It's like, hey, I'm one of you. Like you could
exactly.
be me someday. Who knows?
Exactly. So,
Yeah,
so yeah, that's pretty cool. And I watched Yarg Sauron's lore video. It's pretty neat. I highly recommend watching them all.
I'll definitely watch them.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun stuff.
They're
Let's see.
fun
They're
stuff.
fun stuff. All right, let's see what else is going on. They are changing the way that your rank is going to show in your friends list now. It's a very very minor detail, but now since there's wild and standard coming out,
Hmm.
whichever one you have a better rank in is what is going to show on your friends list. So if you're rank,
46 in here league.
well, yeah. If you're
Yeah.
rank 15 in in wild but 18 in standard, they're going to show 15. They're not going to show
Oh,
both or your worst or whichever one you even play more. You could just be better
that's
in
pretty
one.
cool.
That's what they're going to show. It's a very very minor little thing.
Yeah.
What is kind of cool though,
What's cool, Sean? What's cool?
if I can find this here, is that the developers are going to have a live stream on April 21st at 10 a.m. Pacific. So was that 1 o'clock here, East
Yeah.
Coast?
Yeah, it's one.
They're going to be having a live stream with the lead designer Ben Brode and a Hearthstone caster, master caster Dan Froden Chow. It's going to be on Twitch. It's going to be on the Hearthstone Twitch channel, and they are going to be unveiling more of the cards. I'm assuming the rest of them because a lot of the cards have already been unveiled. So I'm
Yeah.
assuming they're gonna unveil the rest of them, and hopefully actually say when they're going to come out, because they said that the expansion was going to come out at the end of April, and this live stream is the 21st. So hopefully they're going to be like,
Oh,
oh
we're
yeah,
launching
like
next week. Yeah,
yeah,
it's cool.
tomorrow, you know?
Like, get
So
excited.
yeah, exactly. So hopefully that's what they do. So check that out if you want to, if you're a Hearthstone player and you want to know what the new cards are, and hopefully when they'll be out. Don't quote me on that, that's what they're doing, but I'm just guessing. It's going to be April 21st at 10 a.m. Pacific on the Hearthstone Twitch channel. And just a fun little article on Polygon. Their writer, Richard Proctor,
Yep.
he tried, he set out on a mission for for this article to become a master of Hearthstone in 30 days. And he realized it's impossible.
It is impossible.
He realized
Not a
that
chance.
what differentiates a pro from like you or I is how much
How
as he,
deep your understanding is of the game, kind of
exact
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
as he says here, there's a quote from him. It requires stamina, concentration, the ability to read people, adapting strategies on the fly, and patience. I have no patience.
No, I have no patience. Like, if it's not something I can do, like, whenever when I got big into like working out and stuff, it's like, all right, so I'm gonna set aside, a certain amount of time to follow this like one training plan or whatever, and like I'd get one that was like 8 weeks or something, and I'd be like, all right, I'll go to the gym this number of days, whatever, I'm gonna stick to it. 4 weeks in, I'm like, all right, I'm done. Gonna do something different. I'm done with that. Then it's like, yeah, I'm gonna totally commit to being like really like work really hard at arena this patch or whatever, and then it's
Yeah.
like
All
three
right.
weeks in, I'm like, all right, I'm bored.
Yep.
Or not bored, but like I need a new team. I want different players or something. It's like,
That
well,
that's me
that's
with it.
not quite what's gonna get you to the highest level. You
Yeah. Like
gotta be able to
I hate
concentrate.
leveling up. I hate doing. I have no patience for any of that.
I don't either.
But yeah, that's over on Polygon.com. It's a interesting read.
Yeah, for sure. That's bold. Be like,
Yeah.
30 days, I'm gonna be the best at this game.
Yeah.
Good luck, dude. It's
Yeah.
like me being like, yeah, I'm going to become a top end raider in 2 weeks. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. It
you
doesn't
can
work.
maybe get into a raid
Yeah.
in 2 weeks, like if you spam it really hard, but it's hard
Yeah.
to be that good. It's fun though.
It is.
Oh god, it's fun being good at something.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if you know, but like, oh, it's great. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I'm the best at everything I do, so I know.
Yeah, it's okay. Whatever, whatever, dude. Whatever you
uh,
want to say. I'm just messing.
moving on. Warcraft movie next week at PAX East, which Steph and I will be attending.
Thanks,
Th- thank,
dude. They said
thanks, Steph's dad.
So it turns out my dad got the ticket from like a third party agency. It wasn't some dude he knew, but
Oh, whatever.
yeah. But the dude sent him a letter, and it's like Lord Carl, like I was like, that is awesome.
These are
That's so
legit,
cool.
right? Like we're not gonna get there. They're gonna be like, oh, never
No,
mind.
they're heavy plastic. I have the letter like over there, but
Okay.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I was like, dude, I'm so
are they
excited.
passes or are they like tickets?
They're passes,
Oh,
like,
okay. All right, all
so
right.
bring a lanyard because I gotta find one. They didn't come with lanyards. I'm like, that's
Yeah, let me.
lame, most lame, but
I
I'll find something.
I probably have like 50 from college. And I have zero idea where any of them are.
Yeah, that's fine.
Um.
I think I have one somewhere. I mean, otherwise I have my Giants one, but that's like on
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
my moped keys back home. Like it's been sitting there for a while.
But at PAX East, which I can't wait for again,
Yeah,
uh, writer and director of the Warcraft movie, Duncan Jones, and actor Robert Kaczynski, who plays Orgrim, are gonna be
that's
there
who it is.
at a panel to discuss secrets behind the upcoming movie. The panel is called War. Hold on one sec.
What is
Sorry,
that?
new phone. Um,
Uh,
the
it's
panel
exploding.
the panel is called no like new house phone. It says who's calling. I'm like I don't want to know who's. Shut up. Leave me alone.
Make it
Uh,
stop. Who uses
exactly.
landlines anymore? Like I don't. Nope, not a chance.
Well, when you live in a town with no cell service, you gotta
Oh man.
the struggle. So
Yeah, no booze, no cell service. Oh
uh,
my
we
god.
have
How do
okay.
you do it, dude? How do
Any
you Sorry.
we the panel is called Warcraft: A Look Inside the Upcoming Cinematic Adventure. It is on Saturday, the 23rd at 4, and we're gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I want to see this.
Oh, you're gonna go? Okay,
Well,
that's
I
fine.
said we're gonna go. I can't control you, but I'm gonna go.
Well, we're
Um,
gonna be there, so we'll
they
probably go.
they're gonna reveal just how they. This is the quote: "Reveal just how they transform the Blizzard universe of heroes and villains who have captivated millions, which is our topic of the week,
Us.
into Legendary's epic cinematic adventure." It goes. I think it's really cool that they're gonna have of all actors, they're gonna have Robert Kaczynski there because he's the one I feel is most connected to WoW.
Yeah, he
Because
was talking about it.
yeah, on Conan,
I think so, about
yeah,
how the game was like a big part of his
it's
life and
yeah.
everything. That he's a fan,
He
so
said
that's
that he
perfect.
saved his life and everything. So
Yeah, that's what it was.
um, so yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool. And if you are unlucky, like we were as of a couple weeks ago, to not have a ticket for PAX, it's on the main theater, so there's a good chance that it's gonna be streamed on Twitch because the main theater is usually streamed on Twitch.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah,
I had no idea.
yeah, PAX usually has a lot of streams going on. They have multiple streams going on too for like their various like they have the like that section where you could play like 3DS games. Even that's streamed, stuff like that.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, they have
Dude,
a bunch of channels
I'm so
going
excited.
during the
It's gonna be
weekend.
awesome.
So if you can't attend, I'm sorry, but on and you want to see this though, go to the just go on Twitch. I'm sure it's going to be on the main header too because it's PAX. It usually is. And if not, GameSpot will be there, and they're covering everything. And this article is from GameSpot. This is why they mention it. They cover everything, so I'm sure they'll have
So
somebody in
confused.
the
Why would
panel.
GameSpot cover
Yeah,
games?
yeah, I know,
What?
right? But so I'm sure they'll have somebody
I'm
in the
so confused.
panel, and then they'll throw everything on their site. But that's
Yep,
pretty cool. I can't wait. I'm so excited for it.
dude, me too.
Uh,
It's
it
gonna be awesome.
it's actually I've been like holding off bringing my car to the garage, and this is legitimately the reason why I did because I'm like, well, I have to drive to Providence,
Yeah.
so
How long is the drive over here?
it's about like 3.5, 4 hours.
Oh, that's kind of
Yeah,
that sucks.
yeah.
That thoroughly
I
sucks.
I just got off a 21-hour drive, so this is
You're
gonna feel like a half
oh
hour to me.
shoot. Are you coming on? Are you coming Thursday?
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
yeah,
Yeah, because I took
because we
Friday
have
off of work, so
yeah, and first day is Friday, so
yeah.
I don't want to leave like super late, but like
Ah, word.
I mean like early actually really Friday just to get to there and then we have to go so yeah
Yeah.
so we'll be going there and also I'm gonna try to record stuff. I mean I have an iPhone 6 and those batteries are crap. So I'm gonna try to record as much as I can. Maybe I'll even bring my old iPhone just as another camera, and maybe throw like a little video together of like our
I
time
can
there. Oh
I can
yeah,
bring the GoPro too if you want
yeah,
me to.
yeah. So we
Yeah.
like we'll try to record that there, and we probably can't record the panel obviously, but we'll try to record like our experience there and throw up a little video and talk about that also.
Yeah,
That'll be
that'd be
interesting.
fun, dude. We can totally put something together.
Yeah,
We can throw it up. Yeah. Power Up Network. What up?
yeah.
Dude,
Expanded.
I'm so excited. It'll be awesome. Get
Uh,
down. If you can get down Thursday night, we can go out for wing night at this place I've been going to. It's awesome.
I'm down for. I'm always
35-cent wings, and they're like good
35
size.
cent. Man, when
Yeah.
I was in college,
And it's
they
not
were
even like
five cent wings.
it's yo, I don't want to hear it. 35
5 cent.
cents is nothing.
That was our dinner every Friday and Saturday. Five
Yeah.
cent wings down at our favorite bar called BJ's. BJ's Fredonia. If you're in Fredonia, go to that
Yeah.
bar. It's
Yeah,
the
this
place to
place
be.
just opened last year, and I mean, I was there yesterday for trivia, so I won a gift card, so I'm pretty pumped.
Nice.
Yeah, we got second. I was on fire. Like this, I felt really bad. There was one question. It was like Dennis Rader was known as like what killer, and I did something really dumb, and I went up and I like threw it on a paper, ran up, put it in. I'm like, but I got it wrong by like one letter, and it was like no. He's like the BTK, like bind, torture, kill, and I was like, oh, I wrote Y2K, which is like a computer. I was like, I'm so dumb. I ran up, like literally, like knocked over a chair, ran up and threw it in like immediately. I was like, I am wrong.
I am wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So.
Another
Yeah.
thing though that sort of related also to PAX with Overwatch this weekend is another beta test that of course I'm not in.
Have you been playing Sunny's account?
No, I only played that one day.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, but it was so much fun. But also at PAX East though, they are gonna do the quest for the watch, and it's just like a friendly tournament that the two creators of PAX, the two creators of Penny Arcade, do all the time, and it's because they don't ever competitively they don't ever compete against each other like actually competitively because they say that it would probably ruin their friendship because of how
Yeah.
competitive they both are. So they do this like fun kind of competition. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome.
so I just had to tie that into PAX, even though it's not Blizzard related. I'm sorry, but yeah. So there's another.
Neither was us getting wings
Yeah, I
on
know.
Thursday before PAX. So,
But
we're trying to stay on topic.
this
But
weekend,
when wings are involved, it's hard.
this weekend starting Friday at let me see, Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific. So what, 12?
Noon,
Yeah, noon
noon
Eastern.
EST.
Um, Stress test will be going on Friday and Saturday.
Oh,
Another
stress
weekend
test
stress
that I'm
test.
not involved in. Perfect.
Yep. So this is their second weekend stress test, and it's good that they're going to do this now because when they did the last stress test, they didn't have all the new additions into the game, like the new maps and the new game modes and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything. So it's good that they're actually going to test everything else since it's coming out in a month and a half or so.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah,
It's
yeah,
what, beginning of June?
no, May 24th.
Oh, whoops, yeah. Sorry. I was thinking that too. I'm gonna be in Europe during
Yeah,
that. Oh,
yeah,
great.
yeah. Ah, sucks to suck.
It's yeah, I won't be on for like another 2 weeks after that. I
But
won't be back till like the 8th.
yeah, that sucks. But so if you're not sure if you're flagged, you can check your Battle.net account. It'll be under your game licenses. It'll say, "Oh, hey, you're invited to this." Also, if you open up your Battle.net client and you go to Overwatch, if it says install, then good for you. You got it.
Nah, no.
I know. I already checked. In fact, because I have Overwatch already installed since I played on Sunny's account,
Yeah.
there was an update, and I see it updating, so I'm like, oh, did I get in? And then it's like, and then I hover over it, said, you have not been invited. I was, oh, I was so sad. It was
No.
such a letdown.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh.
so that's it for that. Heroes had some stuff go on. Let's see, there was a balance update. And then this is what I don't get. Okay, so Blizzard, in the kindness of their hearts, they moved the schedule for the NA regional qualifiers because originally there was supposed to be a qualifier on Saturday, but there were players like Huge, Michael Udall, uh,
Rafflecopter.
Rafflecopter, uh, there's a couple other people, right? That are pros.
Akaface.
Akaface like just went pro. Oh no, he was on Panda Global.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
But so there
Who
were
has
people.
the same name as me, by the way? Just want to let you know. Spelled the
So
same way. So shout out to Akaface for being awesome.
being awesome.
Yeah.
God tier hero.
First person I've ever like seen with
The
the
same.
name Stefan spelled the exact same way. So I don't know if he says it Stefan or Stefan, but bro, it's got two E's in it. It's got an F. I mean, come on. We're cool. We're bros.
Ask
We're
him.
automatically
Ask him.
bros.
Ask him. But
I'm
yeah,
like,
so there was originally going to be a qualifier on Saturday, but because of Heroes of the Dorm and other Naventic and Cloud9 just getting back from Korea, and remember in Korea they played on the old patch because the new patch came out while they
so
were
you still have
there.
to get used to the
So yeah, so they still
the
had to get
haka and everything, right?
yeah, so they still had to get used to the new patch. So they moved the qualifiers to starting. It was a two. The first one was a 2 day, starting on Tuesday, and then completed yesterday. There will be another one Saturday, and then the third one on Sunday. Um,
Wow.
but so they did that right in the kindness of their hearts. They moved it for these players. But then what did they do? They released another balance update on the day of qualifiers on Tuesday. It it makes no sense their timing for all this. But anyway,
Yeah, that's true.
quick rundown of the balance update. Dampen Magic as a whole, charges reduced from 2 to 1. Duration was increased by half a second. Bunch of heroes got changed. Falstad's Mighty Gust. People have been saying
This
that
is huge.
it was too OP because of the short cooldown. They increased the cooldown from 40 to 60 seconds. Now
That's massive.
still it is a massive nerf to it, but still it's still practically available for every single team fight in the game.
It's a big game changer still.
It is.
I mean, it is.
It
It's such a
definitely is.
playmaker, dude. You know,
Yeah.
being able to gust your team off an objective or gust the enemy team into a wall so you can hit
Yeah.
like a massive mosh or something. Like, unreal.
So a lot of pros have been talking about it, not complaining, but talking about it, and Blizzard listened, and so they changed it. So
It is. It's such a big
let's see how it's
game
gonna.
changer. I see it as a good thing as
Yeah.
much as I like love having it on my team. But
Yeah. KT had a bunch of changes. Let's see. His dive range bonus was decreased. Uh, let's see. A bunch of talents were changed. Battered Assault, his damage bonus increased from 100 to 125%. The talent Unbound, the cooldown reduction is now also granted when Sweeping Strike hits non-heroic enemies, as before it wasn't. And the reduction was decreased by a second. KT was changed again because remember they nerfed him hard.
oh, so hard. He became pretty much like not played.
Yeah.
Period.
And so he was buffed. His health was increased. His regen was increased. Let's see. His flame strike range increased by 10%. Damage increased.
I did
Uh,
notice that
yeah,
yesterday
by
playing.
4% per level. So from 213 to 320. And flame strike damage is no longer increased when empowered by verdant spheres. His W living bomb damage tail over time was increased by another 4% per level. Explosion damage increase by 4% from 114 to 138. His gravity lapse is E. Cooldown was decreased from 13 to 12 seconds. Mana
Oh,
cost was
okay.
decreased by from 85 to 80.
They're
Then
they're trying to bring him back in.
they are trying to bring him back in. They changed a couple talents for him. Netherwind. Mana restored after hitting an enemy hero decreased from 85 to 80, so that was a bit of a nerf there. And Gravity Crush, bonus damage taken by enemies hit increased from 25 to 30%. So they wanted to bring KT back into the meta. They did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because as soon as he was nerfed, you didn't see him. You,
Period.
yeah.
They
I,
didn't they
I
didn't
don't
have him played at all.
I don't remember seeing him at all in Korea. I think maybe once.
I think we saw him get played. I think it was E-Star maybe
Yeah,
or Edward. I think one of the Chinese teams played
yeah.
him
But
in
that was
one
it.
game,
Yeah,
and I think they won though.
yeah. Oh, of course
I
it
think, but it wasn't anything crazy. We're used to seeing KT in the meta all the time,
is.
so
Yeah.
that was
So
a big surprise when they nerfed him so hard, like huge.
yeah. Um, Li Ming had a minor nerf. Her health restoration was decreased by 5%. Her W, her arcane orb, was 10% reduced.
Oh,
Yep. But I mean, it's still so strong. Cooldown was decreased though. That was good. Mana cost was decreased. Her disintegrate, that was big. They increased the cooldown by 10 seconds from 20 to 30 seconds. So if you don't have a reset, you're waiting. You're waiting it out.
wow!
Yeah. Let's see. Thrall. I'm trying to run through these, not to take too much time.
Don't nerf
Thrall.
Thrall. Don't nerf Thrall.
No, well, very minor. His sundering, the stun was reduced from 1.5 to 1.25 seconds.
Oh, I mean,
They are. I don't know what they're trying to do with Tychus.
dude,
They're
I
trying
don't
to
like
bring
Tychus to
Tychus
begin with
in.
because I don't like the
Yeah,
way he plays.
me neither.
But
They're trying to bring him in. I guess I don't know, but his health was increased. His health regen was increased. His talent, Master Assassin, the attack speed bonus per stack was decreased by 1%, and maximum number of stacks was decreased from 10. Oh, sorry, increased from 10 to 5. And his trait, his minigun, the D, damage bonus was increased from 1.5 to 2% of the target's maximum health. And the bigger they are, that talent, damage bonus was increased by 1%. So I don't know. I
so
think they're
they're
trying.
trying to make him better still, but
Yeah, I
he's
think they're trying to
still.
bring him in.
I think it's his mobility that kills him.
Mhm.
He doesn't have a super hard disengage. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like Vala with Vault,
Yeah,
Valstad with what barrel roll or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
just that's always going to be his downfall. Is he doesn't have the movement to get out.
in the dev comments, they say that he's too weak, and we're sharpening his role. So they are trying to bring him in, but I don't know. I don't see it. Abiter, my boy. Uh, very minor change. His evolve monstrosity, that ultimate.
Hmm.
Um, let's see, maximum minion stacks increased from 30 to 40, and the health of it was increased actually quite a bit from 931 to 1,000.
Wow.
For support, Brightwing, his ult, her, its
Her,
ult. I don't know.
her. I believe technically this is she.
Now passively increases soothing mist healing by 8%. So they are seeing a lot more Brightwing play lately. So they're trying to bring her, make her stronger. Lily, Malfurion, and Tyrande all had changes. Tyrande, her starfall damage per second increase, which is amazing because and cooldown reduced from 100 to 80 seconds and mana cost reduced. It's amazing because last night in qualifiers, Tyrande was the top damage dealer over a Li Ming in one of the matches.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it was actually Cog versus Naventic, and I forget who was playing Tyrande.
Did they have, was it double support or was it solo support? Because solo support Toronto, there's no way you'd get the damage out. That just doesn't make sense, you know what I mean?
I'm trying to think if they had a TAS on their team. I can't remember.
I feel
But
like they did.
but yeah, Tyrande, top damage dealer. Like a lot too. She had over 100 something thousand. It was ridiculous.
What map was this? Because, I mean, maybe she was in the,
I think it was on
like,
Spider Queen.
oh, wow.
Oh
'Cause I
my
was gonna
god.
say,
And also
if she got in the DK, like, that makes a little more
they
sense.
had one of the coolest snipe kills with her owl. Fan, he was solo. He ran out kind of like to he wasn't in the smoke, but he was around there and he was hurting back. They threw the owl from across the map, hit him, killed him. And that's actually what helped them win that game. That was game number 1. It was insane. Such an insane owl. I'm going to try to find the clip and send it to you later because such an insane owl. Probably second best owl I've ever seen from, remember, I think it was actually Fan, like a year and a half ago when he threw his owl on Blackheart's Bay and killed the guy that was trying to hand in the coins.
No, I don't remember that,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that's
I'm
pretty
pretty sure it
epic.
was Fan when he was
I wish
still
I
on
could hit an
Cloud9.
owl like that. I
Yeah,
would
I
be good
know.
at the game. I wish I was good.
Let's see. The Warriors changing ETC. They changed the stage dive, so the damage was increased from 201 to 330. So it's a
That's
4% per
significant.
level, but it is
Yeah.
significant. And I saw quite a bit of stage dive last night in the qualifier.
Yeah, I just Mosh is so
Yeah,
good.
I know.
Like being able to just what is it, 5 seconds? Like a 5 second stun
Yeah, I think
on
so.
what could be potentially their whole team is
Yeah,
unreal.
and
You
so
can time it.
so ETC, Johanna, and Muradin all got changes to their ult. So that was for ETC. Johanna, Falling Sword, damage increased from 251 to 365. Again, everything is just a 4% per level, but it's still significant. And Muradin, Playmaker, Haymaker over here,
The
uh,
playmaker.
damage dealt to
Boom.
secondary targets increased from 25 to 100% damage of Haymaker's primary target.
Wow. So it's like, splitting
Yeah,
the damage a little better,
yeah.
but
So Playmaker, and then
playmaker.
they fixed the bug even with when KT was bad. There was a bug though that you could cast Living Bomb for free, and it was actually funny. I forget who. I think it was McIntyre tweeted even with KT bug, people still can't win with him. Um, but so they fixed that bug, and so yeah. So that's the balance update. Let's see. We had some. I think something happened this weekend, right?
But
For Heroes.
was it on TV? Was it on ESPN too?
I think so.
Did I see a lot of people being like, "What is this World of Warcraft on
Oh my,
ESPN too?" I saw so many salty tweets.
so much salt over the
It
weekend.
was so funny.
Somebody honestly said, like, this is their tweet. I want to have an educated discussion with somebody about how video games on ESPN is worse than the Holocaust. What? I want to find that
Wow.
person and just give him a playmaker right across the face.
Yo, I'll show you a playmaker, bro. You ready for
Like,
this?
are you serious? But
That's
like, it's
terrible.
it's so stupid. But so many people were salty this weekend. But it was great. Here's the dorm concluded. We have a new champion, Arizona State, team of who is it? Michael Udall, Akaface, Shots,
Fam
Fam.
missed.
Mm,
No, who's the last guy? Shoot. Yo, we're bad. We're bad, Sean.
I'm bringing it up right now.
Good, you should, because we should know this.
I follow him.
I watched it. I
I
watched the whole
watched it.
thing.
I follow them all on Twitter. Like,
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
fix your life, Sean.
I know.
Um,
I was pumped when the finals came out. I was like, dude, I'm staying up for this. This will be great. And it was. I mean, they kind of stomped them, but it was still great. I was very
Stomped?
excited to see.
Dude,
That's
they rolled.
Yeah. Well, that's the same thing. Stomp, roll,
No, man,
crush,
they were just like,
kick,
I'm just gonna
eat,
Snickers.
hit him with the hoo-ah. No.
Snickers. That's the fifth.
Snickers. Oh, there you go.
They're
That was
warriors.
their warrior. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, but Arizona State didn't drop a single game. They made um Arlington, right? Yeah, Dark Blaze.
Yeah.
They made them look like they were on a completely different level than them. It
It's true. They
it
were.
was.
It
I
was
mean,
nuts.
I
I
know.
wasn't expecting that at all. I was actually expecting Arlington to
At
play
least take.
better.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna take at least one game. Claudius. I was trying to think of who else to pro.
Claudius and Yush. Yeah.
Yeah. Mist is on Arlington.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. But what was really cool was Anna Prosser. She was the host,
The host. Yeah. She hosted
and
BlizzCon too.
yeah, she's a great host.
Yep. She was.
When she was interviewing the team, Arizona State, after they won, and a lot of them had mentioned how for shots it was so important for them to win because uh, it 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 was gonna take the burden off of his mom for paying for school, and when they won, she asked Shots what it was like, or like what he wanted to say, and he looks at his mom. He goes, "I've got you. Don't worry." And honestly, like that, man, the feels when he said that,
Yeah.
I was
Well,
so happy for all of them. I was incredibly jealous
yeah.
for all of
Oh,
them
obviously. I
because
actually.
I
Have you
wish my
seen
cross.
Reddit today? The Heroes Reddit?
No,
Apparently, Shot is only like partly enrolled at ASU just for the tournament or something.
really,
Like only taking one class there or something, and he's actually enrolled in another school, something like that.
really,
So I didn't look into it really, but I read a bunch of the posts. But I'm like, wow, some dude was real salty. I'm like, well, the way I see it is, and they're like, no, they shouldn't give him money, whatever. I'm like, no, if he's playing within the rules, like you can't take it back. That's not how this works. He
yeah,
played his
exactly.
butt off. But I think that's an interesting point to bring up. Like
And
if you could just go to a school for a little bit and then and then play with an elite team and then win. I mean, but
well,
I don't know
but you
where
know
I
what?
see it.
They look into this though because remember last year's situation with UConn,
Yeah, it's true.
where what was it? The player he was enrolled, but then he had to like leave or something like that because he couldn't pay for it, and he
Yeah,
needed actually to win the tournament to do it, and they disqualified him.
yep, that's what it
So
was.
so they I mean this year Blizzard did do their due diligence for the team.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean
So I
if
mean,
that's really the case with shots, I'm sure they looked into it and
yeah, I'm sure he's fine. He
yeah
played with the rules. That's how you do it. So against sports teams, dude, you play.
yeah
You if there's a rule that you can exploit, you exploit the rule. Like, why would you not? If you're not doing it, someone else is going to do it. So
yeah.
I'm sure they weren't the only people in the tournament that did something like that. But yeah,
So I'm happy for them. I'm incredibly jealous because I want my school paid for.
me too.
Um, but when I saw all the assault about people complaining that it was on TV, like the spelling bee is on TV, chess is on TV.
Yeah, but it's on ESPN. Like we watch poker on ESPN.
Yeah,
Okay,
the spelling bee is on ESPN.
is it really?
Yeah, it's on.
Oh my.
It's either on two or three. But yeah, the spelling bee they've had on ESPN. So shut up to those
Yeah,
people. Like these are kids that okay, yeah, you want to talk crap about them being like nerds or whatever and they're playing video games. Well, guess what? They're playing a video
their
game
college tuition is paid for
yeah,
while you're
exactly.
watching it on TV. That's
Yeah,
cool. Like
exactly.
you're elite, bro.
Yeah. So like of all the salt, there were a few tweets though where like people were said, I don't play this game. I have no idea what's going on, but they are so hyped and this is awesome. And
Yeah, I saw some of those too, and I wish
yeah,
there were more. It's
yeah,
like that's when I first started playing the game. Actually, I saw it on ESPN2 last year, and I was like, "What is this game? This actually looks super fun."
yeah,
Like it, and like I love how they have the casters and everything. They make it real. They make it exciting. They make it something that I want to watch, and that's why I've been watching it. Since I went to BlizzCon, I totally forgot
yeah,
about. I played a little bit of the game, and then we go to BlizzCon, and I just like. I was there and I saw some of the games. Like Justin was like, "Yeah, let's go to the stage and watch the heroes." I'm like, "Okay, that's cool, whatever." Like I'll go check it out. I was there the whole weekend. Like I
mm,
didn't pretty much. I went to far less panels than I could have
Yeah.
because I thought it was so darn awesome, and that's why I've been hooked on the game. And so for that to be going out to an audience that normally wouldn't see it, I think is just incredible for esports and the game itself. And I think it's mostly due to the casters like being so vibrant and their energy is infectious, which I think is super cool. I always love that. They really got me excited for all the games, and they explain it to a point where it's like everyone gets what's going on. I did think that one caster, Tasteless,
Yeah.
on the left was like, you could. He's the guy that's trying to make it dumb, not necessarily dumbed down, but a little bit
Yeah,
more
for
accessible.
people
But
that don't know the game.
at the same point, it's like we're watching it, and us as fans that watch,
Yeah.
all the tournaments and all
I
the qualifiers and
I
stuff.
wanted Solid Jake up there so bad.
Oh,
He's
me too.
such a good, or Zoya. Like,
Yeah.
they're such good casters.
Or Dread.
Or Dread.
Oh,
My
Dread. Well,
God, like
Dread would have
why
been too
not
much
any
for
of
the
them?
world.
But yeah, I
Dread
know.
would have been too much for the world because he's his in and out of the game is awesome. It's
Yeah,
good for us, but it's not good for someone that doesn't know what is going on. Unless he,
but
he probably would figure out a way to make it accessible. But I thought Gilly did a fantastic job, and I thought
but
Artosis did really well too.
that's another thing though. Like during the
And
games,
Trixler, I
Trixler
love
was really good.
Trixler. I
Yeah,
didn't think he was gonna be that great, like because he's not one of the normal, not necessarily normal casters, but you know what I mean. I haven't seen him
yeah,
cast like any of the like as frequently as say I watch Gilly cast or Dread or
yeah.
Soya or Jake, but I thought he was really good too. I
But
thought the casting team was excellent.
during the games though, like especially the finals and everything, I don't know if they just didn't have Gilly talking or because Gilly does get into the games very much when she's casting. So I don't know
Yeah,
if she was just into the game so she wasn't talking, or they were just like, all right, let them do the casting. But honestly, like when Tasteless was casting during the games, I'm like, throw Trixler, throw Gilly in there instead because I get it that he is making it more accessible to those since it's on TV. It's on national TV, and there were some people that didn't know the game and were watching it though because they enjoyed what was happening.
yeah,
But I mean, still, like you said, like for us, I would have preferred, you know, something
yeah.
else, someone
But
else.
that's as people that watch the game all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah,
So I
exactly.
don't blame them. They're
Um,
trying to keep it there.
I just found that Reddit thread. Yeah, Shot apparently is enrolled in one online class
Yeah.
for ASU.
I could enroll in an online class too.
But you know what though? He was probably enrolled full time because like how sincere he was too, and like the whole thing about him being able to pay for school. So either he was enrolled and then that's all he could afford to take, like now, or
Yeah.
maybe he's going to then enroll full time afterwards. I don't know
I
like
have
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. None of
I
us
have
know
my
the
own
whole
argument
story.
against not against that, but for that. Like
Yeah,
I am a senior right now. I have one class, and that's just because I got, hit by the scheduling
yeah,
hammer that really, messed up my schedule this
yeah,
past year.
yeah. I've
And
had
it's
that
like
too.
I work, you know, I could work full time basically if I wanted to, but
Mm,
I'm a lazy college kid that wants to enjoy my last, semester of school. So I have
yeah,
one class. I work, 2 to 3 days a week, and I mean, granted, it's like as an intern in my field of work that I've been interning there for the past like 7 months, but it's like I'm only taking one class. I'm not getting credit for the other bit, so I don't necessarily fault someone for only taking one class. Like
yeah,
sometimes it's just how your schedule works out. You only have the option of taking one class because you need to take this course as a prereq for this course, or as a prereq for that course, or this is like this is it for me at least. So, maybe he's in an odd situation like that. It
yeah.
happens. They can't fault someone for just taking one class. Even if it is what could be considered a competitive advantage, you're playing by the rules. So, and sometimes it just happens. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't know. Some people are saying that he'll get debt reimbursement. Some people are saying that he doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens
Yeah, we'll
with
have to
that.
wait
We'll
for
keep
an
you
official
posted.
word.
So,
Um
Sean.
oh wait, but hold
Oh,
up. We had our
yeah.
first two teams qualify last night.
Oh,
Cloud9 lost to Tempo Storm.
unreal.
Unreal.
The top NA team
Not
losing.
just lost. They got stomped. They
They
got
got
rolled.
bodied?
They got bodied.
What?
Um it did go
Wow.
to a game 3, but Now Tempo has. Let me look at the new roster because I forget. Besides Airho, because both
They got someone else
Soldier
too.
and Stray left, and Stray is also now on.
Trey's a good player.
Where did he
I
go? I
like
think
Trey.
he's on Panda Global now.
I haven't
Uh,
looked at their new roster.
yeah. Let me bring that up quick because I can't remember who's on it now.
Yeah, I'm doing.
Besides Airho. All right, they have KO,
Yep.
Goku, Zix, Airho, and Tomster. That's what I was.
Oh, I like Tomster.
Yeah, that's what I was trying.
Everyone likes Tomster.
That's what I was trying to think of.
Uh,
Airho is now the new shot caller. He's their warrior. He's their
yeah.
new shot caller now. And at first, and Zoya, so Zoya was casting this game with Jayhow, and Zoya is Tempo's manager, and he's even saying during the games how Tempo is playing too passive, and they're not going to win by playing this passive, and they were playing super passive. They could have gone for a keep at one time and said they backed up. They didn't even go for the boss. They had I think 3 Cloud9 members down. They didn't get the keep. They didn't go for boss. They handed in what coins they had, but it was a wasted. It was on Tomb of Spider Queen. It was a wasted spider. It was a wasted
Yep.
turn in because by the time Cloud9 got up, they just cleared the spiders. There was no problem.
Yeah.
But it might have just been, Airho's new to the team, new shock, and so they have to get used to shock calling. Yeah, they've been practicing with him the past, week, because he was released a week and a half ago from
Yeah.
Noventic. Um, but they turned it around. They look so strong. Like, Tempo is back to the old
Tempo.
Tempo. Remember
Yeah.
when nobody could beat Tempo? Now, I'm not saying nobody can beat him now, but I'm saying they're looking that strong again,
It's
where
it's good for the scene that it's not just
it,
Cloud9
and
and Naventic
yeah,
stomping
exactly.
everybody. Not
Tempo's
necessarily
in here.
stomping, but they usually have been playing on a different level. Like
Yeah, exactly.
COG could hang some games.
Cog,
Blaze
Cog, t-
obviously could hang
top,
some games too.
Cog took a game from Naventic in the other one. It was Cog versus Naventic. Cog took the first game, and then Naventic won the next two. So it's Tempo Storm and Naventic that are now qualified for DreamHack. Excuse me, DreamHack Austin May was it 6th and 7th, I believe,
I'd have to
and
look it up again.
yeah, May 6th and 7th, and there's another qualifier Saturday that'll be during the all day, and then Sunday all day. So Cloud9 is going to qualify. If they don't, then wow.
Then wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, they should qualify.
but my guess would be Saturday is going to be Cloud9, and I'm going to say Gale Force Esports because
I'm all
that,
about it. I'm
yeah,
all about it.
Michael Udall, Akaface, Rafflecopter. I'm so
Rafflecopter.
happy that Rafflecopter's finally on the roster again. I've been so, when Sray left, um, or not Sray, Soldier, did he play
Soldier.
range?
Uh,
I can't remember,
er,
but yeah,
Stray was the tank.
yeah,
Yeah.
Soldier was flex. So when
Yeah.
he left, I was like, Rafflecopter's gonna be on tempo, and then no. But so I'm glad to see Rafflecopter finally on a roster. So
Yeah. Well, Tomster's good too.
Tomster is good, but his hero pool is so small, and
Yeah.
he's very good at the heroes that he has in the pool, which is really like, Greymane, maybe Falstad are his top, but
Yeah.
I mean, he's young. I think he's only like 17,
Yeah.
so he has plenty of time. And
Absolutely. He'll get it.
yeah, so I think this weekend will probably be Cloud. One of the days is going to be Cloud9 and Gale Force. Saturday is going to be another 2 teams, so that'll make 4, and then Sunday 4 teams will qualify for DreamHack.
Wow. I don't know who I'm picking. Give me your last four in.
Last 4 in, I will say. Okay, I'm going to say Saturday will be Cloud9 and Gale Force, then Sunday will be Cog, Blaze, maybe Panda Global, although they're not looking that strong. And I don't know. I really don't know who else to. Oh, Good Game University might be able to take a couple games.
Guster bust.
Guster Bus, yes. Sorry,
I'm calling it.
that's who I couldn't think of. Yes, Guster Bus will make Sunday. Yeah,
I
forget
think they'll make it Sunday.
not Good Game. Yeah, Guster Bus. I forgot. Couldn't think of that. But yeah,
Yeah. I
that's
think that'll be our last team in,
yeah,
which is a good pool. I like it. I like it a
yeah.
lot.
And then next weekend is the European uh,
Quals.
regional quals. And now the way that they're doing it is only one team will win. It's winner take all, and then there's a second qualifier that another winner will take all.
Mhm.
But there's a group of death going on over there.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, you didn't see the.
No, I haven't looked anything about it yet.
Let me bring up right here the teams because it's kind of crappy. All
Oh
right,
yeah,
it's cool to watch, but okay. So Group A, it's fine. Team Liquid, I think Liquid with BKB on it now. I think they're gonna do great.
me too.
Epsilon Esports, My Insanity, who qualified last, like in the last qualifier, so they're not looking like they did when they qualified at Katowice. And then
Yeah.
Silenced Monkeys. Group B, Group of Death. Get this: Dignitas, Fnatic, Navi, and Sandwich Monkeys. Yeah,
At
they
least three of those teams are extremely
yeah
strong and could come out of that region.
they say that it's the way that they qualify, the order that they qualified is how the seeding happened. But come on, that is just ridiculous. You have three of the top EU teams in one group.
Yeah.
That that's ridiculous. So that's going to be next week, and we'll have to see what happens. Oh well, we'll be at PAX
Yeah, we'll be at PAX, so
streaming it
maybe
on the
yeah,
phone.
maybe we'll Twitch while we're there.
Yeah, but
We'll
yeah.
see what's going on. Sit in
So
the corner by ourselves. It'll be cool. It'll be
all
so
right.
much fun.
So finally, that is the news, and let's get to the topic of the week. If Justin was here, he'd hit a button. I don't have the sound clip, so
Press the button. Press the button, Sean.
yeah,
Nope.
I pressed the
Okay.
button.
Press the A button. Good. Good, good, good. So, topic of the week. What has made WoW survive for however many years? It's what, 10? No. More than 10. Oh my god.
This year
I think
is
we're,
11.
yeah, 11 or 12. Shoot. I'm
Yeah,
bad.
it was 2005.
Yep. So, what has made WoW last so long and outlive games like, games coming out like Star Wars: The Old Republic, WildStar, Aeon, Elder Scrolls Online? I mean, everything that was dubbed as the WoW killer hasn't.
I know.
It still has a, huge player base. Granted, it's, waned and come back over the years, but that's just how any game's going to be with popularity, especially when they have new stuff coming out. Of course, people are going to come back and then leave.
Even when they lose millions of subscribers, they're still the number one game, number one
Yeah.
MMO.
Yeah, number one MMO. Yeah, and that's just, it's a testament to what Blizzard has done and what they've created in their world.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, what things, do you think have kept people around the longest? Like, what are the biggest reasons?
I think that they're really good at adapting.
Yeah.
Where they see like with Miss of Pandaria, those raids were out forever.
Yeah.
And they see that, and so they try to adapt and make more updates like quicker and a more reasonable schedule that they're going to push them out to keep people interested.
Yeah.
As far
That's
as
true.
if you're a raider, anyway.
Yeah.
And then they keep bringing in more.
What I think
Like,
is the biggest like bonus of the game is how it just builds on itself. Like
yep,
everything that's been out pretty much has just been added onto. It's not like they've taken it out. So, it's not like we're adding like a new dungeon and it's just going to disappear after, two expansions later. It's still there. It's still something you do to go through and you still experience, which is cool for players that you can always go back and do those nostalgic things. Like me doing ICC is like, oh, wow. I remember those days.
yeah,
So, like, what I think are like the biggest points on why WoW has lasted so long is because it puts everything together that other games have tried to. Oh, like Guild Wars 2 as well was another one that I actually bought and played a little bit of, and I liked some bits of it.
Never
Like I
played
like the art style, I like the graphics, I like, and it's wicked fast paced. It's like I just remember feeling like I'm rolling around casting spells the whole time because you cast while you move, so it gets real hectic. But it's a fun game. But like the things it doesn't do is it's the PvP system. I don't like quite as much. Like we don't have necessarily the achievements, which is huge for me and I'm sure so many other people because it's just like a a status symbol, a badge of honor, you
Yeah.
could say. where it's like I did this back in the day when it was super hard.
Hmm.
Like I have my, whatever, cutting edge garage kill, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's something you can always show off to other players. It shows your experiences.
And if I could get my old account back, like my first account,
Yeah.
man, I have so many achievements on that before.
Really?
Yeah, before I lost that account.
Oh
Because
no.
that's like when I wasn't even good. I was just like, oh, I was an achievement.
Wait, when you
I
weren't even good? I thought you were
uh,
still not even good.
yeah, best mage NA.
That's way Jenny. Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, oh man, there's this achievement. Let's go do this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like it gives you something to always do. Not that I've been the biggest, achievement
yeah,
fiend,
for sure.
but you can always get new mounts, new transmogs, things like that. And obviously the community is huge. That's what makes the game what it is.
Yeah,
And like the people I met through the game have just been awesome. Like you and Justin and
yeah, I
just
know.
numerous other people.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
it's like a system. They're your friends. Like spend as much time playing a video game with them as I do with
yeah,
some of my real life friends, like some of my best friends.
yeah, for
So
sure. Yeah, for those that don't know, like Steph and I met, with our other host who's not here, Justin. Justin and I have been friends forever. We grew up together. We live in the same town, and we started
with
a guild.
crappy internet.
Yeah, crappy internet, and we started a guild, and then but Justin and Steph, you guys used to raid together,
Yeah, way
right?
back when.
Yeah, and then
Way way back.
you joined our guild, and yeah, so then that's how we met.
Yeah, craziest experience
Uh,
joining that guild. I was like,
yeah,
I was talking to Burry and I was like, hey, like I want a PvE next expansion. He's like, yeah, me too, because I had been PvPing all Mists of Pandaria. All I did was PvP,
yeah,
and at the end of Kata, that's all I did too. So, um, it was nice to do some PvE because it's a good change of pace. Because I would PvP, for fun every now and again back in Wrath, but I was a big PvEer. That was my thing. I totally loved it. I loved going into raids and doing end game stuff. Not that I was on the complete cutting edge of it, but I was a terrible player, but it was fun. I thought it was really, really cool to be in like that the most current raid and just be like, yeah, I killed a boss. Like I got a loot. And
um,
but
yeah,
then so I we were talking about where we wanted to go as a group because him and I obviously played together. We pretty close. We played together all throughout Kata and Mop. So we're like we're gonna stick together. We're gonna go to a guild. We're gonna raid. And I was playing on Bleeding Hollow Horde at the time, and so him and I just set out to find a guild, and we like looked around, whatever. And he's like, "Hey, so how do you feel about going back to Eridar?" I'm like, "Oh, Eridar." You know, but the thing that I liked about Eridar is it was such a small server that you kind of knew everybody.
yeah,
So like when someone talks in trade chat, it's like, oh, I remember that guy. He's real annoying. And
yeah,
like this guy, I raided with this guy once. I did Old War with him back in the day, like in a pug. So it was kind of cool to have a community like that on such a small server.
yeah,
So I was like, okay, I'm not super opposed, I guess. Like what's the guild name? Like and then I'm like, who's the GM? He's like, it's Grumpier Old Men. I'm like, okay, who's GM? He's like, Bags. I'm like, what? Stop. I've had like dude on Real ID since Real ID came out, like
yeah,
since that became a thing. So I was like, obviously, immediately transferred.
yeah.
So yeah, that's how I came over to
Like
your guys' guild.
like I have like a bunch of friends though that I met, through game. Like I go down to Manhattan, and I go down to spend like the weekends with my friends. And it's funny, I went with one of my best friends and his girlfriend for Halloween 2 years ago. We went for a pub crawl down in Manhattan,
That sounds awesome.
and it was so much fun. It was Halloween pub crawl. It was so much fun. But so I texted my buddies down there. I'm like, hey, look, like we're doing this. Do you guys want to join? And so some of them did. And then so my buddy's girlfriend, she's like, oh, so how do you guys know each other? And I was like, oh, well, like we met, through WoW. She's like, don't tell people that, Sean. And I was like, why? Like, I don't care. Like that is a big thing about this game is that you meet so many people and you become friends IRL, like outside a game.
Yeah, exactly.
And one of my favorite things actually to show this was when Blizzard released that like documentary sort of thing, looking for group, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And they had people like Michelle Morrow, who's huge in the community, and she was in a bad accident, like on a set, and then she started playing WoW, and then that's how she met like like so many more friends and everything, and it kind of like helped her through her recovery and everything. And you see
Yeah.
that with the actor Robert Kaczynski, like it says
Yeah.
that it saved his life. So I think
Exactly. It's like the people that you meet here are
I
so awesome.
I think
Everyone's cool.
it's not so much the game though. At this point, it's the community also that makes WoW live so long.
I feel
Besides
like it's
besides
not
also that
nearly
they
as toxic as some other
yeah,
situations,
and
which is great.
they probably also have a Lazarus pit in it. And if you're not a
Yeah.
DC fan, then fix your life. But
Uh,
but um but yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not as toxic. I mean, there are definitely obviously toxic players. There's toxic guilds. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, it's the community. I think is the number one thing that has made it live so long. Then that Blizzard knows how to adapt to what people want and
Yeah.
how to make how to make the next expansion better, so that they can even bring back old players and then bring in new players
Yeah.
and then
So, I have a couple questions for you, Sean.
oh
And
yeah,
I mean, I'm going to answer them as well. But so what was your favorite expansion? And like, why was it your favorite expansion? And what did it change about the game that made it so great? Or what have they changed since that kind of made it less fun for you?
Wrath
Kind
of
of thing.
Wrath of the Lich King.
Okay.
Why it was my favorite was because it was I started playing in BC, and so it was like kind of towards the end of BC. So Wrath was the first time that I had a max level tune,
Yeah. Same.
and that's when I first started raiding. Not good. Like I got in based off my guild leader, who's a friend of mine, like being like, oh, I don't know, like he's good. Invite him, even if my gear level wasn't. Um,
Yeah.
because remember, this is back when it's like meet in the
Yeah.
center of Dalaran for inspection,
Yeah.
like back
Yeah.
in those days.
Gear score.
Yeah, so it was back during then, but still, it was my favorite. My guild was actually I started playing. My friend Zach was like, "Oh man, I started playing this game," and I didn't have my gaming PC then. I just had my MacBook, my old MacBook, and so I was like, "Oh well, I have a Mac. I can't play." He's like, "No, no, no! Like it plays on Mac." So I tried it out, loved it, started playing it, and then he stopped playing.
Of course.
Yeah, and then this was our freshman year of college, and then a couple months later, I think maybe we were home like for I don't know Thanksgiving or Christmas or something, and I mentioned to Justin that I was playing WoW. He goes, "I started playing WoW." I was like, "No way!" So
No way, dude. So cool,
yeah,
bro.
so we were on. He was on Whisperwind. I forget where I was. So I made the original Guaz over there on Whisperwind, joined his guild, which was his like roommates and his friends there at college,
Yep.
and and then when I go to visit him and like we'd visit each
Yeah,
other
yeah,
a
and
bunch.
you play.
Yeah, and so like I met them and like and everything. So like that also made that community cool. But so like that was a lot of fun too because I knew who I was playing with also,
Yeah.
and we did a lot of stuff like every week. We in Wrath we raided, we did dungeons, we did dailies, the weeklies, all that stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know
Um,
all about it.
what they've changed? What was it? What they changed that I liked or didn't like?
What did they change in it that made it great for you?
Great for
And
me.
or what did they change since it that has made it, not as enjoyable, what they could bring back kind of a thing?
Well, WoW was the first MMO that I played, and then like so I can't really say that they changed anything from like anything else, but
Yep.
what they've changed since is like um I like the new like everything that they've implemented to help you find groups and raids and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I really like that. One thing that I want them to bring back is they do sometimes do this. I think like when you first went into Mists of Pandaria, like the first starting quest, they did this where the land kind of grew around you, sort of.
Yep. So you
But
kind of like phase through it.
yeah, but I really liked
Yeah.
an ice crown. Remember, like when you had to build, you staked your flag and you build your base, and then ice crown starts to kind of like unlock and grow around you. I I really,
Yeah.
really like that, and I wish that they would actually bring that back a lot more. I know that
Yep.
they sort of did it with what's that zone in Draenor right now?
Which like Frostfire? Like the
No.
first one? No.
Mm,
I don't
well,
remember.
yeah, like I know you kind of do that with your
The Garrison quest
with
line?
your garrison too. But yeah, like I really liked how they did that in Icecrown. I really liked it. I don't know. So Wrath total was just my
Yeah.
favorite for everything. Like I like Draenor, Mist. I hated. What was that?
Wow.
Well, no, no, no. I didn't hate it. Sorry, I hated that last. What's that last zone that you?
Siege of Orgrimmar?
No, no, no. The last zone that you level up in before you hit 90.
Ooh.
Um,
Oh.
Clax.
Clax. No, not Claxy. Karasang Wilds?
Yeah, hated that zone.
Really?
And I didn't play through Kata. That was actually when I was on my WoW hiatus because of school. But
Oh.
um, but yeah, but actually, but then when I played through it, when I bought the
Yep.
game, because that's also when I lost my account because
Mhm.
it got hacked, and to get it back, it was such a hassle. I was like, I'm not gonna play anymore. I don't care.
Yep.
3 years later, I wish I did. But
Yeah.
but then when I played through Kata, I was like, I don't like this expansion at all. So I'm actually glad I skipped it.
Yep. So for me, my favorite expansion was Wrath again, obviously. I just the killing Arthas was such a cool experience and like going through the whole rating scheme there. I mean, I know Nax wasn't original to that expansion, but I liked Nax. I liked Ulduar. I liked having, to control Wintergrass, which was my favorite world PvP event that they
Yeah.
do.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
That was such a cool, neat thing. And it was like you control it, you get VOA, which was also awesome. But playing Alliance on a server that Horde kind of dominated most of the time kind of stunk. But it was still fun. Like when you get it, it's like, yeah, let's go right in, let's get a group going, let's try and take down these bosses for our free loots.
Yeah.
And Ulduar, favorite raid of the game, but most well designed instance ever. So that was cool. I liked how they put out the ICC dungeons when ICC came out, and those were pretty cool
Yeah.
to go through lore wise,
Yeah, I
and
really like
they were
those.
fun. Um,
Forgot about that.
yeah. So that's why Wrath was my favorite. What have they changed since? They don't put out dungeons when they put out raids, which is
Yeah.
not cool at all. I would love to see that because it kind of brings you into the story of the place a lot more.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it puts you in the mood and like understanding why things are happening
Yep.
and what makes the battle significant inside the raid instance.
Like there was that raid, like or that dungeon when ICC came out. Like you were with Jaina.
Yeah,
Remember that?
yeah, yeah.
And then Arthas is like destroying everything, and you gotta hightail it out of the dungeon and everything, and then they kind of face off,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's like,
so
oh,
cool.
lovers quarrel.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
know.
no, yeah, I agree. Like that's a lot of fun.
And so, coming off of that, what was your favorite PvE experience? Like, yeah, what was your favorite PvE experience?
Mm,
And if you want to take a second, I'll go first.
yeah, yeah, you go.
Okay, so my favorite PvE experience would be obviously Downing Lich King. Probably as my number one is, yeah, probably Downing Lich King for the first time on 25. That was such a cool thing. I spent
Yeah,
so long wiping to him, and that was only on normal. I never killed him on heroic current. I got to him on heroic current, but yeah, and then doing Algalon, the Observer inside Ulduar.
okay, yep,
I did that on 25 man, and that is probably the coolest fight, like with a floor and like all the stars like collapse on each other. Oh, that was so neat
yeah,
visually. I was mesmerized, and we did that at 25 man pug back in the day during the ICC bet, and it was still hard, like really hard to get it. We did it with like two attempts, like a short amount of time left, because he despawns after an hour, and I love fights like that. They're so stressful, but when you only get a certain amount of time to kill it in a week. Did you know that?
no, I didn't.
Like with Algalon, you only had, I think it was like an hour a week that you could get to him. Like you have to unlock the door, you have to have the key, and like you had to do it in a certain number, like TOGC when you had like a certain number of attempts, like wipes or whatever. Like Try the Grand Crusader. Like I
Mm,
thought that was a
yeah,
cool thing that they did. So I like that time limit because it only gives you a certain amount of time. If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's like still kind of cool to say that you did do it. So I like that. And then I also like the first tier of Kata just because that was my first hot, like real, like felt like high end guild. I had gotten to Lich King or Heroic Sindragosa maybe, but it was like really close on in ICC. We pretty much had most things down on Heroic, and that felt really good. But when I got to Kata, I got to a different guild, and that's actually where I started raiding with City a lot more. And
Okay.
that was Lords of Retribution, and I had so much fun there because we it just felt like I was playing with players that got the game. Like they really understood it, and I felt like I was one of like the lower end totem pole players kind of thing. Like I was the new guy and like working on it and raiding with them where we had three different raids to go to. We had like Throne of the Four Winds, I think it was called, with like the Conclave of
Yeah.
Winds and then Alakir. That was cool having that as like a side raid. And then we also had the Bastion of Twilight with Cho'Gall in there. That was a cool one. And we had Blackwing Descent, which is one of my favorite raids just because of how goofy like and Nefarian like commenting throughout the whole raid was super cool. It was so funny. Because like you get the Slayer of stupid, incompetent, and disappointing, minions or whatever,
Yeah.
like as a title for killing the Loriak on Heroic. Like just little things like that made it so just fun for me. So how about you? PvE experience. Shoot.
Let's see. When we started Grumpier Old Men, honestly, my favorite PvE experience was kind of like a bunch of experiences. Like every time we downed a new boss, and
Yeah.
we progressed,
You get that
and
win.
yeah, and especially on ones that um we were stuck on for a while.
Yep.
Like that was just so much fun when
It's
we,
rewarding, but
yeah,
that's how you get that reward after you put the time into it. So
yeah,
it's always awesome.
and I think I was playing my monk then too instead of my
Yeah.
mage. Yeah, no, I don't know what I was thinking.
Seriously though.
Um, I think because I had played so much mage, I was like kind of burnt out on mage, and then played monk, and I was like, I don't want to play monk anymore, and I went back to mage.
Yeah.
Um, my one true calling.
But
Um,
that's awesome.
but yeah, no, like I love that, and then even like with my first guild, Secret Panda Society, that was that was the one I joined with Justin.
Yeah.
Uh, Same thing, just like every week when we would all log on together and do like the whatever the weekly raid was or weekly dungeon or whatever, all that like that kind of PvE experience that was always really fun and enjoyable.
Yeah. So how about I know I don't think you were ever that big into PvP, but what would
Nope,
you say is your favorite PvP experience?
yeah, I don't PvP.
Okay.
The our chair league team is called Thunder Kitties, and that name originated because Justin and I were PvPing for
Arena?
yeah we were doing arena for a while, and that was where we started the Thunder Kitties,
Yeah.
and but yeah, so I mean, like when him and I were doing that, what was that? That was in MOP. Um, yeah, that was really all. I don't PvP that much, so that was really the only PvP I did. How about you?
Mm. So my favorite PvP experience was the first season RBGs came out.
Hmm.
And it was before it was like a strict comp thing. Like I felt like you could just kind of go in with whatever hodgepodge group you had, and not everyone knew how to necessarily play it in like such a serious fashion, like do BGs.
Hmm.
So I had a lot of fun just like figuring that out with people, and that was my first big PvP season. So I was really into it all the time. I was all about arenas and gearing for RBGs and doing RBGs and leading RBGs, and like I had such a great experience with that. And now it just feels like people have such inflated ratings compared to what we had to work for. We had to do like over 100 games to get to where we were, and I only got to 2K, but it was such a
Trash.
I know it was such a rewarding experience to play with the people I was playing with, and we were every week, and it wasn't just like we need DK target caller for this. I was the target caller, but that was elected. Like that's what I wanted to be. We didn't
Hmm.
need me to be that guy.
Yeah.
So and like our switches were so good. It was like we're gonna switch to this guy in 3, 2, 1, bam,
Yeah.
dead. Like so that was a really fun time for me, and I don't know how to get that fire back. But if they put out some new battlegrounds and stuff that I find
Yeah.
enjoyable, I'll probably check them out again. So lastly, what is your favorite part about like favorite experience with the Blizzard community, with like the community within the game, and what made it so special for you?
Honestly, just like meeting everybody, like we've become good friends. My buddies down in the city and everywhere else. Uh, That was so much fun because when I first started playing, like I said, so my buddy Zach is the one that got me into it, and then he stopped playing, so I was like, I have nobody to play with, and I joined a guild, but I'm like, I don't know these people, and they weren't very like talkative,
Yeah,
like in chat and everything. And then Justin and I found out we played, and I joined there, and then so like I would have been friends with the people that he played with anyway, just because him and I visited each other a lot in college,
yeah,
so like I met them anyway, but also just like we had something else in common that we all played together, and then just like when I came back after my hiatus, and so like my friends are like the guild that I joined, and they're like super cool dudes, and then we made Grumpy Old Men, and then I met even more people, uh, and I don't know, I really like that because honestly, like when I first started playing, I didn't think that I was like, oh, okay, it's a game, like
yeah.
maybe
It's
I'll
so
have
much
like
more.
yeah, like I'll have some like online friends. It's like, oh hey, like you're on, I'm on, let's do
Do
something,
something. Yeah.
and instead it's like, oh, like I know these people in real life, like I have these people's phone numbers, like we text, like we go hang out, we're going to PAX East, we're going to
Rock on,
Blizz
dude.
going to BlizzCon,
Yeah.
all that. That's I love that so much about the community because I don't know, like yeah, and other games too, like you do, you know, like there is that community also, like where you do meet people
But I
outside the
don't feel
game.
like it's as close as
Yeah,
the Warcraft community
I think
has
yeah,
been.
I think WoW is just like a step above everybody else, like, more
Yeah.
than a step, like light years, god tier.
Yeah. So for me, my experience was going to BlizzCon last year, quite obviously. And it's like you could just walk downstairs at the hotel and see people wearing, their Blizzard gear or whatever. And it even if they weren't, you could like just go sit at a bar. Like I went and sat at the Hilton bar, and like the first day I got there, and I literally just struck up a conversation with like three different groups of people
Hmm.
about the game and like
Yeah,
what they're doing and like, who they are. I was just chilling with these random three Canadian dudes just hanging out. Like, and they're like, oh yeah, they're a bunch of big hockey guys. So they saw my Bruins hat or whatever. And I was like, or Bruins shirt. And we were just talking. And it's just such cool, like so cool. You could just walk around and just talk to anybody because everyone
yeah,
was so nice, so friendly. No one was standoffish, which is like not what you'd expect from like, the kind of shy, nerdy kids, I would say.
and
And
I
I,
think even
yep.
for those kind of people though that are like really shy, like when they're in a community like this, it helps them so much.
Yeah, look at Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea and I went out to go see Coheed and Cambria in the city. It was awesome.
Yeah,
We're like, good friends.
yeah,
And like she's a pretty quiet person, but on the game, she's gets so into it. It's great. It's so funny.
she's a ghost.
Yeah, I know. She's got that high pitched voice. And then all of a sudden, like we kill a boss. It's like, oh my god. Oh hey, Chelsea. Hey. Yeah. So that's always been a good part for me. So let's wind this down. We've been going for a little while now,
Yep.
about an hour and 18, so we're doing pretty well. So thanks for listening to the show, guys. And you can email us at theweeklyblizz@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 805-666-BLIZZ. And that's 805-666-2549. So also, you can leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. They're super helpful. They, get us up on the list there. And yeah, we need them. So
Yeah.
the more we get, the better. We'll say thank you, give you a shout out, maybe. We'll see what happens. So where can we reach you at, Sean?
Let's see. At Sean Mess on Twitter, Sean_Mess on the gram, SeanMess.com, Twitch.tv/Squaz, GHWOZZ. Shout out to my mom trying to sneak into this stream right now. I had to turn my camera.
That's awesome.
Shout out to your pops again for getting us these tickets. I
Lord Carl.
can't Lord Carl. I
Yeah.
can't wait. So excited. Shout out also, we have a bunch of new viewers. Thank you. Thank you guys for tuning
Oh,
in
awesome.
on a random Thursday at, noon.
Yeah, 12:49.
Yeah, I know.
Cool.
It's not our normal time, but thank you, and definitely hit that follow button,
Yeah. And we'll
and
update you on
yeah.
on when we're coming back up live.
Yeah, how about you?
So you can reach me at powerup_protein I am the worst social media person ever, so I'm sorry. You can also follow my Twitch stream at twitch.tv/broteintheam.
Yeah.
And shout out to what's it called? The guild, the Unity on Eridar for killing Mythic Manaroth. You guys are awesome, and I can't wait to be back playing with you soon.
All right. Let's see. Weekly Blizz is part of the Power Up Network. Currently, it's the only show, but we are in the works of a new show. It's lore
Plenty more
related.
content too.
Yeah, so we're coming up with new content, and you can watch the VOD of this show anytime on YouTube by typing in the Weekly Blizz into the search bar. Please, if you're on there, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us out a lot because then we get our custom URL. Or watch us live, usually Tuesdays, but with our schedules kind of fluctuating, we've been changing. So we'll keep you updated. And hit that follow button because then also you'll get updated when we go live at twitch.tv/powerupnetwork.
So you can follow us on Twitter at TheWeeklyBlizz. And again, if you'd like to contact us, please email us at theweeklyblizz@gmail.com or leave a voicemail at 805-666-BLIZZ. Once again, that's 805-666-2549. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We really appreciate it. Come back next week whenever we get back live. We totally are pumped to see you again. So take it easy, guys.
See you.
You know, the world could always use more heroes.